what to do or how to behave, 'cause I am me.
And that, my friends, is a great example of full sovereign expression.
Do you ever feel like your partner sometimes shushes you or maybe feels like they're trying to keep you down?
Tamping down your expression.
Yeah, we've done it to each other. We don't mean to. We love each other. We care about each other. She loves it when I sing, and she loves it when I get out there and perform. But I felt for a long time that she didn't want me to, or she didn't want me like being there. And sometimes I'm annoying and loud, and that's a difference between, like, there is a difference between being annoying and loud and obnoxious and actually expressing yourselves.
So in Eden World, we live by what we call a principled relationship. And one of our principles is all about full sovereign expression. And the reason why we chose that as one of our principles is because oftentimes in relationship, we can put upon our partner how we want them to behave because we're afraid of what they might reflect to others about us. Or we're afraid of just, I don't know, we're afraid of expressing ourselves sometimes because we're afraid of what they might think.
It's a big one all around. I'll speak for me personally. I know that, so there's your personal self, there's your private self, and then there's your public self. And I learned this from a dear friend of ours. I can't remember his name right now, so Jeffrey, we'll give you credit later. Yeah, Jeffrey Van Dyke. So I just want to give credit where credit is due, which is part of my personal expression. But in my private life, which is her and I'm even still afraid to share parts of myself for fear that even my beloved might reject me or not like me, especially in the bedroom. Like, I've been growing and learning how to be like, I kind of like this. Is that okay? Okay, maybe let's try it out. Okay, yeah, I kind of like it too. So it can be scary for us to share that. And then if we move from the private into the personal, which is, maybe your friends and your friend groups, or maybe your family, that's another spot where, can you be fully expressed? Can you actually share all of it? Or will you be rejected? Or will you have this happen? And then public, that's a whole other world. We all know that we're in a cancel culture right now. So you either got to have some cojones and get out there and just be brave and bold, and be ready for the pushback. Or you got to
be diplomatic and mindful of how you're coming across to other people.
Which is what she's encouraging me to do. So continue with that one.
Yeah, well, how to be diplomatic?
Well, just I think like sovereign expression and diplomacy. Like, how do they even coexist?
Well, one of the things that we didn't talk about in the principle itself is it's one thing to be fully sovereignly expressed, which means doing whatever you want and expressing yourself however you want. But it's another thing to also be doing that in partnership and being aware of how your expression impacts others. And so if you are being fully sovereign expressed, to be like, that's just me, that's who I am,
that's just my full sovereign expression, eat it.
Fine, except you may not be appreciated, respected, or understood by others. So it's the whole idea behind these principles is in relationship to self, in relationship to others, in relationship to community, in relationship to humanity. So let your freak flag fly, for sure, and just be mindful of not hitting other people along the way when you're flying that freak flag, because it's one thing to express, it's another thing to oppress or knock somebody on the head with something. And we believe that learning to be more of ourselves, finding what is truly more of me and bringing that to the relationship, allowing him to be more of him and bringing that to the relationship, can deepen our understanding, our love, our appreciation, our connection, and give us a safe space to try different things out, because maybe the world's not ready for it, but we can get a little freaky in the bedroom, or we can get a little freaky when no one's watching. When we say freaky, just expressed.
Yeah.
But
or maybe freaky. Whatever your jam is. No judgment here.
Yeah. So it's an opportunity to practice being more of you, because we live in a world that has told us how to be, how to behave, what to do, and a lot of us are walking around feeling oppressed and suppressed, and that isn't authentic.
So if you've gotten this far in the video, I want you to take a moment right now, and you can write this down, you can put it in your phone, or you can just think about it. But where do you feel like you are super fully expressed as an individual, as yourself? Is it in your relationship? Is it in your work life? Is it with your kids? Where do you feel fully expressed? Write it down. Put it down so that you really can see it. And then where don't you feel expressed? Where do you feel like you're hitting up against this thing over and over again? And
maybe it's because of the construct of your relationship. Maybe it's because of something you were taught or told. You know, who knows where it comes from? It'd be good to even feel into where did that belief come from, or that yeah.
But once you have them written down and you can see both of them, then you're going to have a clear idea of what's really going on in you and where you're allowing life force creative energy to move through you, or where you're dampening it. And a lot of times what we've experienced and what we've seen with our clients and our friends and our community is if you're dampening your creative, your full sovereign expression, it oftentimes leads to disease or heartache or challenges or upset or resentment. And so if you're finding some of those things, I bet you it's because you're not feeling fully expressed.